Alright guys, today we are discussing whether the Death Rex can survive the Attack on Titan universe. First, we have to understand what the Death Rex is capable of. For example, it has a devastating bite force, just like a real-life Tyrannosaurus, but way stronger. Furthermore, it has enhanced super strength and superb agility, and a powerful tail with a sword on its end. Also, it has a pair of death jaws on both of its sides, shielding the Rex's legs from serious damage, together with a drill that can extend from its throat. Those shields can rotate forward to the Death Rex's face to form a large, deadly claw that can surely pulverize other Zoids with relative ease. Yet, this ability can only be activated with a Wild Blast, which cannot be used on its own, or without a rider. In terms of dimensions, the Death Rex is 5.6 meters tall, 12.3 meters long, and weighs 154 tons. Yet, the Zoid can still balance on one single leg. Shocking, isn't it? Additionally, in terms of speed, it can travel at 247 kilometers per hour. Finally, in terms of intelligence, it has an IQ of 98. From the lore of Zoids Wild, the Death Rex is an incredibly ferocious Zoid. It's said that when it senses other Zoids, it gets excited and goes on a rampage. It's also the only Zoid in Zoids Wild that is known to literally eat other Zoids. Yes, I mean literally.
Known to be the strongest carnivorous dinosaur, a Tyrannosaurus species. They've been said to reign at the top of the ecosystem. Also, it's believed that in the past they came here and annihilated half of the Zoid species.
Yeah, whatever this kid said was true. Like, the Death Rex literally caused a 50% decline in the wild Zoid population. Now that we understand the Death Rex's capabilities and lore, let's address the elephant in the room. What if Death Rex was an Attack on Titan? But I can't even seem to show every single Titan on YouTube because they're not even clothed, and YouTube is gonna get my ass by copywriting this damn video. Let's just assume that the Death Rex traveled to the universe via a portal during the fall of Shiganshina in episode 1. This hypothetical story begins with the Death Rex being woken up from its slumber outside the walls of Shiganshina by the enormous colossal Titan kicking said wall. Death Rex enters Shiganshina out of curiosity and spots the armored Titan, or Reiner, ramming into random houses. Its intimidating presence immediately catches the Titan's attention, and it gets confused as he has never seen a dinosaur in his life. The Death Rex gets aggressive and immediately attacks Reiner by jumping 20 meters above the ground and swinging its massive tail into Reiner's face. Reiner instantly gets pinned down by the Rex and earns its first kill by crushing the vulnerable nape of the armored Titan. This is because the Titans in Attack on Titan, excluding the Colossal, are rather light for their sizes. Ranging from 3 to 15 meters, the Titans only weigh about 9 to 12 tons. Also, in the 20th episode of Zoids Wild, the Death Rex knocks down a Brachiosaurus, which weighed 134 tons. Yes, 134 tons! That's why the Death Rex can easily take advantage of its great mass and powerful bite force to subdue and ultimately kill the armored Titan before bystanders like Eren and Mikasa could even process the tragic death of their mother. Alright, now back to the story. The Death Rex lets out a roar of dominance, which is heard by the dozens of pure Titans in Shiganshina. To nobody's surprise, the mindless creatures still choose to attack the Tyrannosaurus. Another big brawl happens as the Death Rex gets inevitably overwhelmed by the massive horde of pure Titans. Yet, it manages to break itself out by throwing the Titans into one another with its massive jaws and leaves Shiganshina for good, seeking a better place to claim as its territory. This result is due to its great endurance. For instance, it survived a squash from the heavy boulders and a direct grand hammer attack from the Brachiosaurus in episode 20, which could leave big cracks on solid ground, kinda like a mini earthquake. It later finds Berthold climbing out of his colossal Titan body and smashes him. As the Death Rex had successfully removed the two threats Eren originally faced in the Attack on Titan universe, his story arc is completely pointless. In the end, the Death Rex's survival rate in Attack on Titan is at least 90%, as it can easily contend the armored Titan and escape the pure Titan horde with little to no damage despite the great difficulty. If the Death Rex decides to come back 5 years later, it will be in for an unavoidable confrontation.